YouTube! Welcome to our YouTube channel!
Oh.
Wait, it's called To the Fleet. It's where we talk about our boot camp experience. What the fuck is that?
To the Fleet.
Our boot camp experiences and what it's like to be an IT. We're both IT ATFs, so we have a 6-year contract. I'm like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Loving that.
Yeah. Okay,
It's been one day, by the way. It's
been one day in A school, and
it's been one day. This is our literal second night, and we didn't have pillows last night. No, so
slept on the fucking mattresses. I literally bring my pillow, please.
Your pillow. Wait, I'm out of ranks. Hold on.
Oh my! I created a pillow.
Actually, no, her pillow sucked.
Some blankets.
Mine
Like,
was so much
what
better.
is that? This is when we talk about ghetto. This is what we're talking about. It's a fucking blanket and a pillow. Okay, innovation for life. That's the boot camp mindset.
Yes.
All right.
Innovative. Oh, you missed the bed.
Okay. So right now we just got out of boot camp and we're about to talk about our P-Day experiences.
Actually, can we talk about the drive down here?
We'll do that afterwards.
Okay.
Okay.
P-Day.
So it starts with P-Days. I bet like all of y'all have gone through a DMV line, and like you've ever been in the DMV, right? And you're just like waiting in line for like 3 fucking hours. No? No, I was from the VA, Virginia, and waiting in the DMV line was like...
To take the driver's test?
No, just waiting for paperwork to get a freaking state ID, yeah. I waited in the DMV line for like 3 hours.
No, mine was like 30 minutes. Cause I did it during COVID, so my driver's test was like 5 minutes long.
Well, you're lucky. Did you have an appointment?
No.
No, so she had a different experience. For me, yeah, waiting in chow lines was dreadful.
Ugh.
Yeah. Do you want to start with what people usually worry about? And that's the peanut butter shot.
Oh my god, everyone was talking about it.
What's your experience?
So everyone was like, oh my god, you're gonna get the peanut butter shot. I was like, what the fuck is a peanut butter shot? And actually, one of my friends from the army was talking to me about it. He's like, you're gonna get the peanut butter shot. And I was like, even in the Navy? And he's like, yeah. So, like, he was like, yeah, it's this thing that they shoot in your ass. And it's like, it's obviously not peanut butter, but it feels like peanut butter. And I was like, creamy peanut butter? And he's like, yeah, creamy peanut butter. And so when I actually got it, I don't think it was that bad. Like, was it my right ass cheek?
Yeah, it was the right ass cheek.
It was my right ass cheek.
They have you, like, lay down on a table.
Yeah, they have, like...
And, this girl next to me was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, I want to, like, experience this. Not to be misogynistic. Like, I just wanted to get that shit over with. And she, like, had me anticipating that shot. And, like, once it came, like, into my ass. Once the needle was injected into my ass, correction, I, like...
Pause.
That part.
Pause. Belay your ass.
Belay your life.
Belay your ass.
Belay my ass. It was terrible, okay? But it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. It's just like 1 second of pain.
It was sore for like the next, day or so.
Mm-hmm.
I know a few people were like, yo, my ass hurts, and I'm like, I literally don't feel it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not that bad.
For me, I, was limping a little bit. Half my ass was hurting, and so I saw some people just limping like this, and I'm like, okay, it's not that bad.
One thing that I hated was, breaking into my boots. Because even the march from fucking, where we, first stayed, during P-Days, which was a place called Pearl Harbor, the march from there to where, our new house, our new home, was all the way across base. It was terrible. And I was carrying the box for the fucking hard cards.
Oh yeah, she was yeoman. Oh my god. Don't choose yeoman. Don't choose yeoman.
It was at least 10 pounds. Mm-mm. Like 10, 15 pounds. Carrying it with a fucking sea bag and everything.
No,
it was terrible. Being a yeoman is you should do the paperwork. But the frustrating part is a lot of people don't
Don't you miss ITE, like divisional ITE sections? Like sessions?
I do.
You miss those, right?
I don't know. I found them fun, even though it was like.
No, I meant like as a yeoman, you're in the office and you don't have to do it.
No, because I usually get called out.
Oh, okay.
Because they usually IT because of the yeoman.
Okay, so there are no pros about being a yeoman. Don't choose it.
Probably the only pro of being a yeoman is knowing information before your shipmates or your other recruits do.
True.
That's about it. And you can stalk people. Mm-hmm. Not that I did that.
That sounds sus. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. My personal. So what I did in boot camp, I didn't do shit. I was that one person who hid in the shadows and like prayed to God I did not get ITE that day. But like I ended up cleaning the head. You know, the bathroom is what we call the bathroom.
Yeah, no,
and I was a part of head crew. I denied being head PO because if head crew fucks up during an inspection where like this inspector comes in and looks at the place,
stand the fuck by.
You'll stand the fuck by. And what they'll say is hydrate. And once
30 seconds to hydrate.
Yep. 30 seconds to hydrate, you'll get this one like this blue card.
They call it a blueberry card.
Yeah, blueberry card. And they'll hold a 15-minute session.
Yeah, don't ever say you like blueberry pie.
Yeah.
Don't say you like blueberry fucking whatever, the cobbler or whatever the fuck. Don't say that. Is there a blueberry cobbler? I feel like there is.
I have no idea.
There's blueberry pie. What else does it say? Blueberry. That's
okay.
it.
Well, anyways, stand the fuck by. Like, that was...
Black light.
Yeah, that was scary. Like,
yeah.
Don't choose starboard watch. Whatever you do,
you're not gonna have a life. Your life is gonna be a fucking desk.
Mm-hmm.
With
People
paper.
will wake you up in the middle of the night and ask you how the fuck to fill out a fucking
No, they're gonna ask you
form.
how the fuck they're supposed to write their last fucking name. That's
how dumb you become during boot camp. Like, they eradicate like everything.
Yes.
Like, you'll realize during P days that you've lost all your common sense because they tell you how to stencil your shit, and you'll be stenciling your clothes, like, detailing your last, first, and middle name on all of your clothes. And if you get it wrong, you have to go up to the RDC and fucking like one-line it. One of my experiences during P days, like, I went straight into boot camp, so I stayed up for like 32 for about 2.5 days.
Yeah.
And I was so tired, they still had me up, and we had to stencil our shit. Like, I remember messing up on my t-shirt. I was like in the front row. I messed up on my t-shirt, and then I went to my RDC, and he was like, "What the fuck, Alan?" I ended up standing in the front of the class and stenciling all of my clothes, my underwear, my t-shirt, and he was like, "I'm gonna make an example out of you." During P days, they can't beat you, but once you get to week 1 of 1 and you do that shit, you're gonna have to stand the fuck by.
Once you get all your shots, and once they know that you're like fully, like fit for full duty, that's what they say. Like, you don't have any like blood diseases, or you don't have anemia or like high blood pressure, then they can IT you, and that's after the first week.
Yeah, what's your like least favorite exercise? How could you describe the exercises?
It's probably mason twist, or mason twist, or fucking
8 counts.
8 counts? No, because you can rest. Like, if you do them right.
But my RDCs were like really petty with it. They put the petty and petty officer like on 8 counts you go you put your legs in and then out, and then it goes 1, 2, and then you do 1, 2, 3, and then 4 you do a push-up, you do a plank. On 5 you do a push-up, 6 you go up, 7 you go back in, and 8 you stand up.
Yeah, so it's like you stand, then you crouch, then you push your legs out into a push-up position, then you like go into frog position again, then push out in push-up position, then you do an actual fucking push-up, and then you go back into frog position, then you stand up. That's like 1.
That's 1. My RDC made us do about 20 of those, and as soon as you do like probably like, as soon as I did 6, I was so done. What they would do is that once you're in the push-up position, my chief would say, hold it. You would have to stay there. And like, they'd yell at anyone. Like, they'd walk around and yell at anyone whose knees touched the deck.
Yeah,
and oh my, there's always not one person who cannot fucking do a plank. Their knees were on the deck, and we had to do that shit like another time. You had to do like 10 more of those.
Yeah. I think on the boomerang card, you could only do it like 30, 35 times.
No, this is like divisional ITE.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought you could only do it there, then you have to change the exercise.
Yeah.
So my petty officer was always like, okay, what count are we on? Like, just making sure. I don't think they can do more.
Oh, they did more for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They
I
did
know
about
they
20 8 counts and did like a few more.
No, yeah, but they can only do like so many in a set. And then they have to wait 30 minutes, and then they can ITE you twice.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail the ITE, like if they deem you like fail, then they wait 30 minutes, and then they can do it again.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. Like,
yeah.
8 counts, mason twists, and for me, in and outs.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So you put your feet 6 inches off the floor, off the deck, and then you go in with your legs out, in, out. That's 1. And then we do about 10 of those, and then we turn to like mason twists. So ITEing actually.
What doesn't even stand for?
Intense workout, intense exercise, or something like that.
I don't know, but
Fucking no.
ITE.
ITE.
Intense workout.
Fuck. Intense exercise.
Intense technical exercise.
Something like
something. That sounds about valid.
That sounds valid. Yeah.
Valid.
It's valid.
Yeah.
Okay, so So here's some funny moments. During P-Days, like, I remember having to wake up at fucking 5:30. It wasn't that bad. Like, waking up at 5:30. No, it was bad because I didn't have any coffee, and I was, like, always hyped on caffeine before going to boot camp. Before you go to boot camp, cut the caffeine.
Yes.
You will be out of it. We don't have coffee. Like,
they do, but it's decaf.
No, but like in ship 14, the coffee was like never available. The machines were always what they called secured. So they were like either turned off or broken. Yeah, they were.
Machine at McDonald's.
It was so ghetto. It was always broken. I always wanted some freaking coffee. Like, there's some few moments where like the machine is up again and you can like get some coffee, but
when it does work, mix your coffee and your chocolate milk. It's so good.
Or hot chocolate.
Yes.
Yes, a mocha. Oh my gosh.
That was so good.
Because you don't have any sugar. You'll never get any sugar. So.
Not until like the last 2 days, and then you don't even want it then.
Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to be so used to eating so healthy. Like, they'll offer you some ice cream and then, okay, healthy. No, my petty officer said that you won't lose weight in boot camp. Boot camp isn't there to get you into shape. It's there to turn you into a sailor. What most people do in boot camp is they gain weight. And it's not just muscle, it's like gain actual fat because you're eating a lot of food.
But like,
carbs.
Don't starve yourself because you need the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are going to be like towards like the middle, towards the end, like middle end. You're going to be doing a lot of shit. Running around back and forth, marching, fucking a lot of classes, and if you don't have the like energy, then you're just not gonna make it. I mean, you are, but it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, but boot camp, like, a lot of people say that it's easy or it's hard. I thought boot camp was like easy.
It's relatively easy. Depends on how you see it, like your perspective. Yeah. Obviously, if you get in trouble, it's not gonna be easy for you. If you just literally do what they say, follow the rules. But like, don't fucking break any of the CO stop sigs. No record contact, bro. It's 8 weeks. Like, you don't need to be touching nobody.
Yeah, people have gotten asthma for like hugging each other and then getting snitched on. And also, when I say it's easy, mentally, to me it was easy. Physically, it was easy. But that's because before I went to boot camp, I was actually doing exercises and I was in the DEP program. Like, there are girls, I was 912, I was a 900 division, and they screen you before you come in, and they ask you whether or not you can swim and whether or not you can run. Before you get to boot camp, you need to make sure you run 1.5 miles and the time that it says for the initial PRT and the
15,
final PRT.
Like,
at least 15 minutes.
Don't
Because,
go over 15.
Yeah, because a lot of females and males double tapped on the RDC assessment.
That means they failed.
Yeah, they
both
failed. And there are girls who failed on the final PFA. There are guys who failed on the final PFA because they couldn't run. They couldn't meet their run time.
And then make sure, like, before you go to boot camp, make sure you at least have, like, been in a pool and, like, can swim. You don't have to be, like, the best swimmer, but get, like, from point A to point B without looking like you're suffering. Because if if you're not comfortable, then, and you can't swim, you'll have to take classes. And then the more you take classes, and if you don't pass the classes, then you'll have to take it, and then it'll cut into your class time, important shit that you actually need to get
Class
done.
time. Yeah.
But also, like, mandatories.
Yeah, mandatory, like SAMT and gas chamber. Someone had missed our firefighting and our weapons handling class because she said she had cramps. And she was put on SIQ, and we're the last training group. So what happened was she was asthma'd, like, on Monday, like, right before the, right after the final PFA because we couldn't find any classes for her. So, make sure you attend your classes, make sure you know how to swim. This one girl's asthma'd about the third day after the final PFA. She had passed everything but the swim test. And it's because she couldn't jump off the platform. That's another thing. A lot of people fear heights. I personally, ever since I realized I was going to go to the Navy and I looked at, like, the Making of a Sailor video, I saw the platform and I was, like, always overthinking it, like the heights and stuff. Don't overthink it. They'll push you off. It's like 10 feet. The water is deep. I didn't touch the floor of the water. But don't panic.
Was it 15 feet?
Yeah, 15. It's a good 20 feet. Like it felt like 20 feet, but it's probably like 15 feet.
But there's always gonna be people that, even if they're screaming at you, they're not gonna let you drown. Like, they're always gonna be there.
And let's say they didn't, like, scream at you while you're in the water. Like,
no, you can barely.
They're relaxed.
They do scream at you if you go out of boundaries or if you're about to hit someone, which makes sense because you swim where you're supposed to swim and try not to hit people.
Yeah, and make sure you're comfortable in the water. Like, make sure you practice swimming without goggles.
Without goggles.
You wipe your face one time, and they're gonna, like, chew you out for that because during that assessment they said once you wipe your face, it's, it shows us, well, the instructors, that you're not comfortable in the water. And that was, like, one big thing. Like, I swam on my back because if you're going to do any of the other strokes, you're going to have your face in the water.
So they give you, like, a choice on what stroke you can use to swim, but you have to maintain that one. So, like, there's the one, like, backstroke, there's freestyle, there's the combat side stroke for anyone who's going to spec war. And then there's breaststroke. But anyone who doesn't know how to swim, they tell them to do the backstroke because their head is out of the water, they can breathe. It's kind of like one of the easier ones to do. The only thing you have to worry about is, like, bumping into people, but I mean, it's whatever.
The pool isn't that long of a pool.
You only go to the pool once, by the way. Only one time, unless you don't know how to swim and you have to take classes, then you will go, like, they have morning classes and afternoon classes that you can take. So, and it's Monday through Friday.
Remember, you take it on the first day of the first week, so be prepared for that. Also, I've got, like, a funny little thing what happened to me during P-Days. So I remember I was putting on my sweats, right? Like the blue Smurfs, we called them?
Yeah.
And it has the Navy logo, like, on the left of the pants, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something. You'll see them.
You'll see them. I was getting dressed like really quickly because I had to be on the tow line. I woke up late, and I remember walking the galley that day, and like as I was throwing out my food and stuff, my petty officer was like, "What the fuck, Alan? This is why I'm always up your ass." And I turned around. I was like, "Yes, petty officer." And he was like, "Why the fuck are your pants on backwards?" And I looked, and he was like, I looked to to my right and my left, and I saw that there's no Navy logo, so my ass was wearing my pants on backwards. It was on my left ass cheek, the Navy logo, and he like started like yelling, and I almost cried. He was like, "Get the fuck out of the galley, Alan, and go to the head and fix your fucking sweats." And like everyone was looking at me. The galley, you can't talk in the galley, so like that's all they heard.
You can't talk in the galley.
People still talk in the galley. Yeah.
People.
Yeah, I almost cried, but I was like, okay, petty officer. Then I went to the head, and I didn't look at him for the rest of the day, but like, you realize later on that the shit that they tell you is for a reason, because you go through you go through personal inspections, and it involves your entire uniform, and I also was sleep deprived, but that's like no excuse.
Yeah, for inspections, they're gonna check your whole uniform, and these, I don't know, they just like the strings come out so easily. It's so annoying. You have to cut these. Call them terrorists. They're little like strings, and they just come out. And you have to cut them every so often because they always pop up on these uniforms. Not that they're like bad uniforms. They're just there. It's annoying.
Yeah. Okay. Leadership positions.
You'll learn how to fall asleep standing.
That's true.
This bitch right here. Fall asleep marching. Yeah.
That's true.
You'll be marching, and then they'll say, "Column left, march." And you just turn automatically without your brain even like thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's a weird sensation.
Very weird. Classes, yeah, I was never present in class. I was the one who was like always having to stand up in the back, and the water method didn't work for me because I'd be sitting there drinking the water and I would still fall asleep.
Yeah. Don't fall asleep
on the toilet. No.
Some of them are chill. Like some, they don't give a fuck if you miss a class, you miss a class. Like, oh well. But for anything that's mandatory, like firefighting, weapons, what's the other one? SAMT?
SAMT is one.
Yeah, for SAMT, if you fall asleep in the class, they will kick you out and you'll have to redo it. So just like, what I usually did was I bought a shit ton of cough drops. I was like, literally, cough drops were like, I was like a drug dealer for cough drops. I bought like at least 27 packs of cough drops from the Next. There's like a little store we have here. They'll let you go like what, 2 or 3 times to the Next?
Yeah, about 3 times because you have like 3 phone calls.
Yeah.
For me, it was standing up. Let me see. Running. Okay, what to bring to boot camp? How do you like describe the drawers we have? Like how big they are?
It's probably, because most people have like underwear drawers. It's probably the size of your underwear drawer.
Like it's just like it's probably like this wide.
It's not that deep.
And yeah, this deep.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like manage to stuff shit.
Oh
like,
yeah,
there's this one girl in my like brother division, but she was like in the same compartment. Like the brother division is the same compartment for integrated divisions. She stuffed in like a bag that was like this big with all her stuff in it, and like a lot of like hair bottles that were like this big. I recommend you not do that and you pack light, because once you like get your $150, you're probably gonna want to spend it. The Next has like a lot of hair products. It's still limited, but it's a good amount. you're gonna want to put in your drawer so nobody like steals it. But for us, we'd stencil our shampoos, and we'd put it in this like little locker in the bathroom. All of our shampoos, pads, and our body washes, we all made them community. And then everyone would just use it and then rotate it out. We only had to rotate all of our shampoos and body washes once, and it saved us a lot of money. Yeah.
No, ours was terrible. It kept changing, so there's always someone in charge of, like, a space. So, like, the head is a space. Where they keep all the chemicals and cleaning supplies, that's a space. The laundry room is a space. The office is technically part of the yeoman's space. You just have to keep that clean at all times. But our head PO, so like the head petty officer, the person in charge of cleaning the head, make sure it's on spot, like every time we leave. We got it changed out like 7 times. Because, you know, they get asthma, or they get kicked out, they get fired, or they just, like, quit. And so we'd always have to get someone. And showers, you're going to shower with, like,
Oh my
20
god.
other people at the same time. And you're just going to have to deal with the really, really bad water pressure. The fact that it smells.
It's
water.
cold sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
especially during holiday routine, you expect to like be able to shower for like 30 to
I
40
feel like they do
minutes.
that on purpose, though. They make it cold on purpose because they don't want you, like, you know, staying forever.
But like everyone's like taking a shower at the same time during holiday routine, and then it like gets cold. Or like, did you have a compartment where you had like a brother division?
Yeah.
Wait,
Mine was integrated.
yeah. Sharing a compartment with another division is like one division would shower and then the next division would shower. So once we rotated out, the last one usually got the cold showers. The first one usually got the hot showers.
Wasn't that bad?
Yeah, it wasn't. Like sometimes you had like those lucky days where like the water's hot the entire time. And that's like usually when you had, you know, hygiene at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But get used to take like 2-minute showers. Like literally start timing yourself for like 2 to 3 minute showers because that's all you're gonna have.
During P days, it was like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
But during the weeks, showers got longer as training like went on.
But like honestly, for the first week, don't be grossed out. But you're gonna be wearing your blue sweats the whole week.
You're not gonna wash them.
You're not gonna wash them. You're not gonna
Food's
wash
gonna
them
get
probably
on.
till like week 4.
Yeah.
That's when we washed them for the first time ever.
Oh
It
my
was
gosh.
disgusting. Because
It's
you're
gonna
gonna
get
take it
itchy.
off, and shower, then put them back on. Because you don't really have any other uniforms to change into, and you haven't been like briefed on how to wear the uniforms, stuff like that. So basically, blue sweats and a hoodie.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
the
That was
worst.
fun. Don't expect to like be cleanly shaved every day either. Like you probably want to shave like 2 or 3 times in boot camp.
I didn't shave
Yes.
at all.
Oh yeah, I shaved like twice, but you're not gonna have time for that shit.
Even during holiday routine, like I said,
It's
the
too
water's like
cold.
cold as fuck. And then there are like other girls, like there are a lot of girls trying to like get into the hot water before it gets cold. So like sometimes you just don't have room, don't have time. If you're like weirded out by that stuff. Me, I felt like if you like, for instance, like shaved your pube hair, you'd actually allow more bacteria to enter. So I didn't shave to protect myself. So
Yeah. No, I have a skin condition where like if I don't keep clean, like I could break out. Like really, really big pimples, but they hurt. So like if I didn't shave, it would have been really bad.
I see.
Also, like don't share like your towels or your loofahs with anybody because you can get scabies. And it's like it's kind of like pimples, but they're like elevated.
And there are mites that
And
crawl underneath
they're
your
like
skin.
itchy as fuck.
Yeah, we
So
had
don't trade fucking brushes or combs are okay because you can clean between the teeth, but towels, face, like wash towels, what else are there? And always wear your shower slippers in the shower because like sometimes girls do pee in there even though they're not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
They do all sorts of shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, gross. Like, there was this one time where the head PO for my division was like, who the fuck peed in the shower? Oh my god. And, like, some girls, you know, they're from, like, all over the world and, like, all over the country, so they have, like, different hygiene practices, different practices. Some people just don't have common courtesy. So we also had trash cans, certain trash cans that were only for display, and you couldn't use them. And during the day of a PI inspection, a personal inspection, there's this one girl who had put a panty liner in one of the trash cans, and our petty officer that following morning saw it, and he said, I'm gonna IT every single one of these females. Like, one person messes up, and the entire division is gonna pay for it. Even for something small like a fucking panty liner in a trash can that you can't even use. Those are like the petty stuff. Like, it's the small stuff that can, can get to you sometimes. Let me see. Swim test. Wait. DMI, static inspections. How to prepare for that. Just know how to fold and make sure you take notes on how to fold properly, because during static inspections and stuff, they'll look into your your racks, and if they see like something off, like they're gonna check everything. Something's off, that's a hit. Something else is off, that's a hit.
Yeah,
you get like 3 hits.
Destroy your rack. Go through every single little thing.
Bunk makeup, you had to do that in 15 minutes. Do the 45. 15 minutes. 45 degree corners. You had to do your fold and stow for 15 minutes, right? Yeah, you have 15.
No, yeah, fold and stow and bunk were together.
Yep. 15 minutes to fold. Your NW used 2 pairs. No, actually, for us, we only had 1 pair in our rack. All of your brown t-shirts, we only had 2 white t-shirts. What our petty officer did was put lots of stuff in the wash, so it makes DMI and static inspections much easier.
Also, go ahead and learn how to iron, because you're gonna be ironing your shit.
Yeah.
Like crisp iron. Don't just like half-ass that shit. You're gonna have to learn.
Just like the smallest basic things you can think of, you get like hits on if it's done wrong. That's what like makes the mental stuff a bit more challenging, because like aside from just basic training, you have like the small stuff like your clothes, your boots, your hair, your hygiene. You're not gonna sit down. You can't lean on your racks. You barely have any downtime. Sometimes evening routine is like taken up because you have drill. And then you'll have a drill inspection like a week from then, like a week's notice. Yeah. Shoot. Also, with our uniform, it's like really cold in Chicago. Like, we went during fucking December till February. During the worst time.
2 snowstorms.
Yeah. So what's like required underneath is like you're supposed to wear your PT shorts and then your trousers. Your trousers are not as thick as you think it is. It's like a blouse. Yeah. Like once the wind like touched my legs, I felt like the entire breeze just like brush against my legs, and I was like always freezing. Even like with my parka and my liner, with my coat and my cover
it's only because your parka and your liner, like keep your upper part, but your legs only have 1 layer. They don't give you anything else. So like your knees down are freezing because you only have 1 layer covering them.
Yeah, and don't think about like wearing your sweats underneath that uniform, because if there's only 1 person doing that shit, someone will go back into the compartment and they inspect that like just randomly, and once they see that your rack doesn't have your sweats on it, the entire compartment gets a hit, and you might get a demerit hit, and a demerit hit is you don't want that. That doesn't really...
They affect your score and everything.
Yeah. what happened with my division is like it doesn't like pertain to, you know, personnel uniform, but it pertains to the deck log. Now the reason why you don't want to be starboard watch is because the deck log is like so commonsensical that like everything has to be on point. Our MA, like our Master of Arms, the one who's like in charge of keeping everyone in control, he messed up on the deck log so badly that we got a hit and like 2 demerit hits and we lost our compartment flag.
Yeah, and once you lose a flag, it's really hard to get it out because your average has to be a certain amount.
We all got ITE that day.
Yeah.
Mason twists, 8 counts and push-ups, and for 30 minutes.
We also had air chairs and arm circles. Yeah.
PT, okay. So PT compared to like individual like ITE is much easier.
So easy.
It's so like all you have to do is like follow the exercises.
And you only do like 10 of each, like or in each leg. That's it.
Yeah. I loved Region Day. It's like kind of like doing yoga, and then like strength training. Yeah. Also, we have academic tests. We have academic test 1, which you do after week 1. Like, you have to study your training guide. Make sure you read it because, like, if you fail, you only have 1 more try before you get set back into P days.
Even if you fail, you can only get, like, the highest you can get is, like, a 3.2, I think. So you can't, even if you get, like, every answer right, your final average is still going to be a 3.2.
Yeah.
Because you have to retake it.
Yeah. And it's easy. All you have to do is like study the questions in the back of your trainer's manual, and you'll basically be fine. So long as your answers are correct. Like I studied mostly the questions, I read some of the chapters, and I got a good score. But like for the second test, that's when you actually have to know your shit. Because that's when you've been through the gas chamber. That's when you've been through guns and firefighting. There are a few
damage control.
Yeah, damage control. That time there was like only 1 person who failed.
But the scores for ours weren't that great either.
Yeah. We were like so close with finishing basic training, like failing out of basic training because of an academic test is like
stupid.
Very stupid.
Because the answers are for the most part given to you. You just have to know it.
Be responsible, study at night, study during the day. They give you like study time. You can't study during the galley, but every moment you get, you study.
When they give you time to study, memorize your chain of command, memorize your Sailor's Creed, and what was the last one? General Orders.
General Orders, yeah.
Make sure you memorize that shit. They don't kid around.
Your the rating badges, the sleeves,
insignias, collars, collar devices,
all of it. When I was in the DEP program, I memorized all the titles for the chain of command, but I did not memorize, who went under the titles, like who is the military training director, who is the
Yeah, but it will change. So I mean, it might change for you guys.
Yeah.
Right now, that's what is like current.
Yeah. There are like 3 changes in the chain of command as soon as I got there, so.
Oh yeah, first go.
Yeah. I would say what helped me the most was just to memorize the titles, and like, there are like 22 of them. 20 of them, plus your RDCs.
Plus your RDCs.
Yeah, and once you do that, memorize your general orders. I memorized those, and it helped me a lot. You don't really get asked too many questions about your general orders, but it's on your...
once you start doing watch.
Yeah, you will. And for watch, it's like mostly the first and second week, they'll start to challenge you by asking you questions that were like your general orders, use your chain of command, and if you didn't do it right, they either ITE you or like yell at you. And trust me, you don't want to get yelled at when you're standing watch in the middle of the day and there's like RDC training time where everyone's like sitting down trying to listen to petty officer and a chief walks in. First of all, you don't like memorize what a chief insignia looks like, and then he asks you a question and you get it wrong. He's like, stand by. That happened like 3 times for my division.
I never had day watches. I always had If you don't want any
Not
day
me.
watches,
I didn't fuck up. A few girls fucked up, and it was so embarrassing just to watch them get ITE'd.
if you don't want day watches, just be leadership. But then you get fucked up for being in leadership, so there's no like win-win.
Be average,
Just know
be
your
basic.
shit. Just know your shit.
Yeah.
If your petty officer knows your name in the first week, there's something wrong.
Like me.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, my petty officer didn't know me until I became a yeoman. And even then, she always called yeoman, so.
Yeoman and RPOC and starboard watch are bound to rank up. However, my starboard watch didn't rank up. It was mostly my yeoman and my RPOC.
My starboard watch was an E3, so she couldn't rank up.
Yeah. You also have to, pass PRT standard, like the initial PFA, along with the depth test in order to rank up from E1 to E2 or E2 to E3. Yes, you can rank up from E2 to E3 in basic training. I wasn't able to do it because I didn't have a leadership position. So, even though I say, like, be a basic person, I would also say, like, if you're up to becoming, like, RPOT, which is very stressful and tiring, or yeoman.
I would try it out, but don't be, like, the first person to try it. Like, wait, like, till, like, week 2 or 3, once people have been getting fired and you know the routine, kind of, then be like, oh, yeah, I'll try it out. Because then you know the routine, because you'd be watching them. It's not terribly difficult. You just have to know your shit. Basically, for the most part, it's common sense. The test, most part, is common sense. Everything that they make you do, they always do have it for a reason. It's in the fucking book. It's in the book for a reason.
And don't stress
not
out.
making you shit, like, make you do shit for no reason. They might. Depends if your petty officer's an asshole.
Honestly, like, I wasn't, like, I was, like, terrified of going to basic training. Like, I thought I was going to be, like, awaiting a punishment before my actual career began. Like, I didn't like the idea of getting yelled at and then having to, like, be away from my family for a long time. But, like, once I got there, I was like, this really ain't shit. This is nothing compared to, like, what Making of the Sailor says it is, or what this is, or what that is. I would say it's not easy, but it's also not hard. It depends on your perspective.
Yeah, if you keep an open mind and just do what you're told, it's not hard. No, if you be a bitch about it, give it attitude. Attitude is like a huge thing there. Don't give a petty officer attitude, even if you think that they're shit. Just don't. It's not worth it.
Okay. So, we had just graduated on the 11th of February, and today is the 14th.
It's Valentine's Day, guys.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh,
So,
my boo's in Chicago.
ITs, it's very, like, we have very few female ITs here. That's another reason why we wanted to start this channel, is, like, to expose females not only in the military, but also who, like, work in the STEM field, like information systems and cybersecurity. We can't really tell you what we do.
We can give you a gist of it, but
Yeah.
it's top secret.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not as top secret as all the CTs, which I was pretty jealous, because they have to take polygraphs. When we get our duty stations, it depends on what exactly we do. That's when we get our polygraph tests. I'm excited for that.
Well, we've been told that
Don't do drugs. You're gonna be asked that question. Don't do stupid shit. Don't drive recklessly. They're gonna ask you that question. And if you, like, hesitate or say no during your interview during boot camp, they may not recommend you for the job. And your paperwork will take a long time for you to reclass. So be careful if you want to work in Intel. So there's this one person who wanted to be an IS. He said he did smoke, like, marijuana. Not so sure I was supposed to say that on YouTube, but the devil's lettuce.
Who's gonna know?
And it took, like, a little while for him to get his research, not his research, his paperwork But he was like able to procure the job. He just didn't get his official interview with his secret agent in time.
Damn.
So it took a while. No, he didn't get asthma. It just took longer for them because he didn't get like the immediate recommendation. Oh, you passed. He like had to wait like 2 more days to finish his clearance paperwork. Crazy. A school. We don't, as you can see, we don't really have much.
We haven't been doing much.
No, we're just like doing in processing.
Money.
Spending a lot of money. Save your money, kids, like, and adults. When you like get out of basic training, you'll have a couple thousand.
Yeah, but you'll be wanting to spend all that shit on.
Don't. Speaking of spending money, you wanna like show them what you got?
Oh yeah, so I didn't have a computer. So I had to actually buy one because people were like, "Oh, we're gonna be using computers, blah blah blah." So I bought a MacBook. I don't feel like unboxing it right now.
The type of money you get.
Right, but I got advanced from E1 to E3, so I think I deserve this.
Make bank. Yeah.
I think I deserve this. Yeah.
Right now we're like getting paychecks for like doing nothing. I'm an E2, she's an E3, so we get paid better than in boot camp. In boot camp, you're strictly an E1 and you get paid at the rate of an E1.
Shit.
Yeah. So you don't get those $1,000 checks
dropped in your bank account.
No. So like right now, during like the first phase, which is alpha phase, we have like a nice dorm with walk-in closets. We both have our own closets, our own beds, a fridge, a microwave. Then we have a bathroom with a shower head, and then a separate bathroom with a toilet. Then we have desks.
Yeah, the desks are kind of nice. But we are in a newer.
Yeah, this is Quarry Station. And it's only for end processing. So in 3 weeks, we move out of this dorm, the barracks, and then we go to another barracks. A lot of people have said a lot of stuff about it, but like later on in our videos, when we like move into the new barracks, we'll show you guys like what it looks like. If you guys want a tour of these barracks, we'll give it to you. It's pretty neat. We bought a lot of food. If you want to see our fridge, I'm not going to show you what our fridge looks like, but I'll show you like the cabinets, what the outside of the cabinets look like. Yeah. The outside. You're not looking at our cabinets. Aside from that, we literally have done nothing but shop. We would go to muster at 6 a.m. Then we'd have Liberty for like 7 hours.
Wait, no, because we were late this morning.
Oh yeah, we were late. We woke up at fucking 6:15. We're supposed to be down there like by 6, because none of our alarm clocks worked. That was crazy. She told us, when you go to A school, you no longer say petty officer or chief. You say their rate, like AMB, AD, ABF. One of them. Oh
shit.
We're gonna have to like end this pretty soon.
Yeah.
So one of them.
It's midnight. Gotta wake up 5.5 hours.
Yeah. One of them like chewed us out about that too.
She wasn't that bad to be honest. But yeah, don't be late.
Yeah, she didn't
just
talk
don't
to
be
us.
Just don't be late. I think she forgot about it to be honest.
Our pop just like wrote down our names and we just went on about our day. Don't be late. Don't be late. It's a big deal. Like
We're telling
later
ourselves
on.
that now. Did you set your alarm clock?
No, I need to set it up.
Yeah, you set your alarm clock.
Okay. But beside that, welcome to our channel. We're gonna like explain what it's like being in A school, being ATS.
Doing, like what, every other day or something.
Yeah.
For now, we're just chilling.
Yeah.
I don't think we start school in like another 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah.
So we went bowling today. There's a whole bowling alley. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're stationed in Pensacola, and there's 2 like bases. They separate aviation and IT and CT. So we're in Quarry Station, and then there's another one called, was it NAS?
Yeah, something like that.
NACT? I don't fucking know. Anyways, there's a shit ton of them on that side.
And
but
it's
our
warm as
barracks are
fuck over
much
here.
nicer.
It's warm. Chicago, it's like still 32, 40 degrees outside.
Yesterday was freezing.
Yeah.
That's only because there was a cold front. But it should be warmer now. a lot warmer. So
yeah. We're gonna end it here. Yeah. All right.
Thank you.